Hello everybody, my name's Atley. Welcome back to my SnowRunner hard mode playthrough. We are in Big Salmon Peak. I've just driven down from Hunter's Cabin. I haven't done a lot of off-cam prep recently, but it was pitch dark and I just drove through a muddy swamp. Slow and dark content, not the best. So I hope you don't mind, but I've just skipped to where I'm actually at, the point that I can load logs. It's going to be painful enough making you watch me load logs with this logging machine at the minute, but engine off. Right. Change trucks. I refueled the Azov as I came past, so I'll take a bit of fuel out of the Azov now. And then my intention for this first part of the episode is to load both of these vehicles with medium logs, because we are finished on this map for log deliveries. Load them both up and then take them through in Convoy to flooded Foothills and do the first of the deliveries. I think it's Bill's house, 2 lots of medium logs. Bill's house is the one that's near the railway depot. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to load them both up and then we're going to take them through to flooded Foothills. So let's get on with that. Cargo, medium logs onto the loading platform, please. 1, 2, 3. And rather than buying a trailer, I'm just going to take these through. And then that probably means that I'll get the other medium logs on the other map rather than bring the Aramatsu back here. But we'll see how we go. Probably put my working lights on and back into crane mode. Not that it's going to do an awful lot of working light. We are just about coming into daylight, which is why I've started recording now. So yeah, we got 3 lots of medium logs delivered in the last episode, which isn't amazing progress, but I tipped the truck over once and it was a shorter episode than normal. Struggled a bit with this crane. That was a bit smoother, wasn't it? I'll have to do something about fuel. I may just about manage this episode, but then I think I'm going to have to do another Michigan run. There is seemingly, at the moment, if I go to Michigan for fuel, there is a fuel station in Belozersk that is where fuel is free. I think you have to unlock it with a task or contract, but the fuel is free once you've unlocked it. So I need to work out whether the distance from the garage to go and get that fuel is worth the cost. But if you're thinking about it, the cheapest fuel I can get, oh, didn't mean to do that. The cheapest fuel I can get is $2 a litre, which on the big fuel add-on is $5,600. So it's probably worth the drive. I'll just see if that'll pack. I'm not entirely sure it will. Yes, it will. Right, now change back again and load myself. So cargo, medium logs, loading platform. So yeah, it's potentially it's worth going to Belozersk for fuel instead of Michigan at some point, because then you're only paying the deployment fees plus the fuel and time to drive to that garage. So I need to work that out. But probably wait a little while to see if that's a bug that they patch out. There's free fuel. I don't think there's any other free fuel. Like an unlimited supply in a fuel station. I don't think that exists anywhere else on the game. $2 a litre is normally the cheapest for hard mode. That may be a hard mode related bug. But if that stays, then I think Belozersk will become my go-to place rather than Michigan. We've got a total of 8 lots of medium logs to deliver for 2 different contracts. So I am wondering whether I would be better off just getting a trailer. Let's just pull forward a bit so I'm clear of that stump under my own steam rather than making the Azov maneuver me. Then I'm going to become, in the Aramatsu, I'm going to become a trailer basically. A powered crane trailer. So here we go with this little road train. And pull that in a bit tighter maybe. Right. Lights on. Although it's... when you get out of the shade of the mountain, there's quite a bit of nice bright sunlight here. I've still got chains on the Azov as well. I'm not entirely sure that's a good idea. I would probably be better off switching it to muds. But where I'm going, I don't think there's any icy roads I need to maneuver. I left them on in case I needed chains to get up to Hunter's cabin, but I think I probably would have been alright with muds as well, really. So I might swing by the garage. There's about 140 litres of fuel left in the Kodiak. So I may swing by the garage, grab that fuel, leave the Kodiak fairly dry. I do need to move the log trailer, which is at the garage on this map. So I'm not sure how to do that just yet. We're a bit slow out through this water with this road train, and I do have a slight problem in that the Aramatsu drowns in deep water, so really taking a bit of a risk going this way, but I expect that it'll be the last time I load logs on this map. I don't think I'll come back here for mediums anyway. Whether I'll come back for long logs, I'm not entirely sure yet. But I figure we may as well get the mediums done. Don't know that there's a best route in terms of shallowness. The Aramatsu, I don't really want to drown it. It's dangerous water level already, that. I think I've got to kind of just... what I did last time is just turn its engine off. It means that the Azov has to pull it, but at least the engine on the Aramatsu is not taking damage. It is a beast of a truck, so... it's moving, so I'm just going to leave it for a minute. It's not moving anymore, so I'm going to drop the winch. Oh, that's funny. The Aramatsu's engine's not working. That's physics for you, right? That's game physics for you. The Aramatsu's engine is not working, but because I'm pulling it forward, it's pushing me forward. That's weird, isn't it? I mean, imagine if the real world worked like that. That is quite bizarre. I'd love to get a snorkel for that Aramatsu. I actually really like the Aramatsu. Maybe I'll put a bigger engine in it and use it a bit more. It's quite a maneuverable beast of a truck. Right, it's out of the water now, so I'll turn its engine back on. You can help me a bit. It's not helping by falling off the bridge though, mate. So there's about 20 litres left in the add-on for the Kodiak and just over 100 in the main tank. So I'm going to take fuel out of the main tank and leave it with a little bit in the add-on just so that it can self-propel itself into the garage if it needs to be redeployed. So refuel Chevy into the Azov, yeah. And then there's 45 left. Yeah, this is a little bit tight, isn't it? Maybe leave its engine off for now. I'm just rolling on road and it's easy. Treat it just like a pure trailer. There we go, flooded foothills. And we have got to take this through the railway station. Well, we've got to take it to Bill's house, but we might as well. I don't really want to mess with the railway line cambers, so we may as well come through the muddy bit because then that's the trail to get to this bridge. I think safer than trying to do the railway station when you've got high centre of gravity cargo on. And again, we'll see how we do without running the engine on the Aramatsu for now. Usual story. Missing my puddle on the left by going through here. Seems to be an acceptable shortcut. Just we need to be careful picking my line through the trees at the end. Through here. I haven't got the active suspension raised at the moment because of centre of gravity. I'm pretty much going to leave it lowered until I get into a situation where the chin's causing me a problem, then I'll raise it for that situation and put it back lowered again. Because the truck drives fine in lowered, it's just the ground clearance of the chin is useful, but I don't like this added instability you get leaving it raised all the time. Quick photo opportunity. Right, so yeah, we're not going to take the railway line. Let's leave this in low, high to crawl through here. I probably will put the engine on now. The Aramatsu's now powered. It's not leeching so much power off the Azov. A little push. Come on, mate. Don't want to go, does it? Alright, okay, let's get some tree help for forward momentum. Right, I think the Azov has just run out of fuel. Yes. So changing to... I haven't got a lot of fuel myself, but I've also damaged my engine to the point that it's not working very well. That isn't helping me. I need to get repairs. But I'll tip it over. Cool. Put a bit of fuel back in and turn my engine off. Change to the Azov. See if the Azov can tow me in. I may end up having to do a fuel rescue. Let's see if I can tow them both over, get the delivery done. And then probably come down in... I might come down in the Crocodile, actually. The fuel. So this is a centre-to-centre towing arrangement, so it should follow me on a fairly straight line over this bridge. As I drive in a straight line, Aramatsu should be pretty well behaved. That is some more. My chin is digging in, but not too bad. Can we get through those trees? Is that a good line? Rather than turning around in there. Looks like it to me. My delivery done, and then I'll pull around the corner to get the Aramatsu in the box and do the delivery of the Aramatsu. Sorry, I'm knocking over your I'll knock this barbecue over. Outrageous. Engine off. Change truck. Delivery done. So that is looking after your own. I've only got 2 more lots of logs to deliver. But they've got to come up to here. And I was thinking that I would get them from... was it? Does it matter? Maybe this one is easier to get to. I don't know whether I want to do that with a trailer. And then the route up to there is a little bit of a nightmare. You either go all the way around here. I don't fancy. Or down to here and cross over where I've been crossing. And then snake your way up. That's probably the easier way to do it. But I don't know that I fancy that either. But I think if you get them from the north medium logging zone, which I will want to be at anyway to get into the sawmill 4 times, at least you can avoid carrying logs across the railway. So I think that is the play. But how much fuel have I got left in the Azov? Only 59 litres. So I basically need a fuel rescue. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to drive. So I'll just take all of the fuel out of the Aramatsu, because at the moment it's just a trailer. And then I'll drive as far as I can, and then either the Crocodile or the Ford can come get me. And I think the best route out is just back to the railway station. I don't think it's worth messing with trying to go cross country from here, or cross water from here. I think the route back up to the sort of garage area and then into that sawmill is probably along the railway line and then up past the ore sorter and into the garage. There may be a route here where if I went left I could find a fording area across this water near the contest zone and back out. I'm not sure. Gonna run out of fuel any second really, but I'm just pushing it as far as I can. I think that's it, isn't it? Oh, 34. Should be able to do a bit more. That's gonna cut the corner. Back that up a little bit. And get that past that tree. Oh, stuck on the tree. Alright, that's enough. They need fuel. They need fuel. So what are my choices? I'm pretty sure I've got to do a fuel run. I don't think I've got enough fuel on the map. Where is my Crocodile? Crocodile's probably in the garage. Got the Crocodile and the Paystar are both in the garage. A Ford is over here. That's not far away from where I am. What's my Ford's situation like? It's 100% of its main tank. Hasn't got 100% of its roof rack. I've also, somebody told me in a comment that there's a second roof rack, like a small roof rack that goes over the actual cab that carries even more fuel. The next time I'm near a garage, I'm going to do that with this. So utility mount is empty, and the custom pickup. I'm not flooding with fuel, am I? What's my repair points like? Yeah. I think I want a bit more fuel than that. I'll obviously have to, at some point I've got to get the board down from this location, but I think I need to do a fuel run into Michigan. So let's retain this. Yes, it's going to cost. Let's do it. Let's just get on with it. Do it. Went into the garage and selected the wrong one. Let's get some fuel. 3,500 to deploy. And you can see that I've still got the, if I sell vehicles, I get the 100%. I started a new hard mode save and the same thing happens. So it's not just my save, it's my installation of the game is not charged, it's not making a 50% penalty for hard mode. $25 litres. Gonna get to the fuel station on 25 litres. I'm not sure and I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to grab a little slurp out of this. Ooh, damn full. Refuel. Yeah. Just make it more certain that I'll make it to the fuel station. Because I wouldn't want to have to do fuel rescue in Michigan. I think the Chevy pickup truck is still garaged here. So I've got an option, but I don't want to have to do it. It would be a bit embarrassing, wouldn't it, to fuel rescue my fuel rescue. Just put in the cab for a minute. Cruising down the road in Michigan. Enjoying a bit of scenery. Yeah, it's going to be interesting if that Belozersk fuel station does retain its zero cost characteristics, because it probably means then that you'd want to haul trailers and maybe other vehicles with add-ons. Maximize how much benefit you get from each trip. Fuel. Fill me up, please, and fill my fuel add-on. Can't really see out of there. I'm just going to put it into... I was trying to be a real trucker and use my mirrors to reverse, but the reversing lights weren't good enough. Right, back to Yukon, back to flooded Foothills. Although I do need fuel in Big Salmon Peak to some extent, my main need is flooded Foothills. And I'll chuck this into the crocodile, and the crocodile can run down the map and do a delivery for me. That's a 7,000. Let's drop in our money a little bit again. Okay, it's fairly tight to this wall. It's out of the way then. I didn't fill up again at the trailer. I'm not too worried about that. So, garage. Where's crocodile? Customize. Don't think I've got any fuel in the pickup. Yeah, didn't complain about it not being empty. And then don't really need these chains on, do I? For where I'm going. Tire choices I get. How many mods I've got are the balloons, but they'll do. That drive. I have to shuffle a couple of times to fill this up. So let's just do that. Refuel. Right, so the crocodile is full on all three tanks now. A-Star can stay there, and I am going to run down the map to pick up my mate. I think the Zix needs a fuel rescue as well, the big Zix. So I think I'll end up doing that with this truck while I'm out and about. This went from being a ridiculously over bright truck when it was released, and me complaining about it, to now it's a little bit dark, isn't it? I think I read in the patch notes though that they've reinstated the spotlight as a separate add-on for this, so I guess I've got the option of making it a daylight truck again. So I'm just going to have a quick look, because I'm kind of assuming there's got to be a route through here that might end up at Bill's house that avoids the railway as a trail. But no, let's not try and explore that in the dark. Let's just stick to the route we know. It feels like I might be missing a trick though, and that might be relevant when I'm moving long logs around. It might affect my choice. To me, the pike has a very similar feel to this, and I know it's obvious that it's going to get compared a lot to the Taiga, or both Taigas potentially, but it is kind of like the Crocodile's big brother. The aesthetics of the cab, and I think even the sideboard bed is styled on the same as the Crocodile. I think it's a definite Crocodile and Pike family resemblance. Right then, Mr. Azov and Zaramatsu. What are you both playing at? I think you need to sort your lives out and stop drinking so much fuel. Forrester, full. Azov, full. Crocodile, almost empty. Let's try Azov first. Get the Azov moved. And then get the Aramatsu done after. Finish truck. Get past that tree. Now I do think that going up north for logs is the best option. I've now got 6 lots of medium logs to deliver. I'm half minded to just buy a trailer and do 3 trips instead of 6 trips, and leave the Aramatsu as a loading vehicle up at the north lumberyard. Change. I'll leave the Crocodile where it is for now. I might have a look at getting it across to the Zix, or the Zix across to it. I can't remember exactly whether the Zix is bone dry or just low enough that I'm concerned. But for now, let's get this pushing on towards the garage area at least. I doubt if I'll get the other lot of logs loaded in this episode. So I am going to raise its suspension for this, because this is prime what it's kind of for, really. Yeah, our mouse is just going to be stuck on trees, isn't it? That's the trouble with trying to do convoys through this type of stuff. Oh, they're stuck together now. That's funny. Wasn't quite how intended the convoy to go. Oh, now I'm stuck on a titanium tree. Oh, oh no. Change track. Aramatsu's got to get out of the way. Then somehow, as of, got to get itself off that tree. There you go. While I'm in amongst these trees, it's just going to get stuck all the time. You know what? I'm going to drive them to the fuel station one at a time. Just riding quite happily there. Bit of a strange way to drive, but if it works, it works. I want to go that way slightly. I want to get a winch over the other side. There's got to be something in reach. Titanium tree. The chin, even with a raised suspension, doesn't want to go over that. Hit it at a slight angle. I'll do. Yeah, even raised suspension wasn't helping with that little bit much. It is suffering for engine power as well. I wonder if you take it in the garage and put a bigger engine in it, whether the bigger engine is fully repaired. I like that suspension setup with a rocking arm. Really slow going. I think it's an engine power problem because of the damage I've done to it. But it's a tortoise. Slow and steady wins the race, right? It's not when I change up a gear. Right. Finish shot. And then we should be able to tow the Aramatsu without its engine. For the road part of this at least. Start the Aramatsu's engine whenever I'm in sticky stuff. Not messing with my little shortcut. I'm just going to get stuck on trees if I try that. This is the one that always confuses me. I want to go... Quite misty again, isn't it? What do you think, driver? Should we lobby the devs to let you have a sleep at night? Virtual drivers have got rights too, or something? Oh, maybe when I keep getting confused about which way to go, maybe it's follow the power lines. Maybe I should recognise that. next time I'm going north on the one that I got confused on just now. I'll just have a look. It's probably a case of follow the power lines back to the garage. Right, so I think I am going to drop these two at the garage and wrap the episode there. I want to have a think about whether it's worth me buying a trailer or doing 6 trips on my own. I don't fancy dragging the Aramatsu around as a trailer, and I guess every time I try it I end up coming to the same conclusion, and then the next time I forget and I try it again. But I think the Aramatsu as a trailer is just a bit of hard work. But a trailer is probably a bit of hard work as well. So it might be that the play is to just do 6 trips. But I'm at the garage. I can think about some repairs with one of my repair capable vehicles. And then in the next episode, we'll drive up to this logging station, the Aramatsu, and start loading medium logs. But the ones that I really want to do first, so Destination Sawmill is going to be a 29 grand reward. Looking after your own is going to be a 30 grand reward. So I could justify the cost of a trailer, because I've got 15,000 to buy a trailer set against nearly 60,000 of rewards. But the question is whether or not the effort of dragging a trailer to these 2 difficult locations is worth it, or whether I would be quicker to do 2 trips per delivery. I think at Sawmill I've got to deliver 4 batches though, so it's quite a big deal. So I'm going to wrap this episode here. Thank you very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope to see you in the next episode. But in the meantime, thanks and goodbye.